Welcome everyone to the PYRESWAP show. So glad to have you guys all here. Earlier today, Discord was behaving in a untoward fashion and was actually preventing me from being audible. So I do want to ask, can you guys hear me in general chat? Anybody here in general chat of PYRESWAP? Thank you, Alito. I appreciate that a lot. Anyways, what was I going to say? I thought I had a whole spiel for you. Well, I think it's great that you guys can hear me, but we're gonna make this show very short regardless. Abolito, I know that you're looking for like more furnishable proof of like how the project is proceeding. So right now, I have most of the tasks on the project begun. Does that make sense? And a lot of them almost finished. A lot of the larger ones almost finished too, which is I think a good way that I solved it. And I think that I'm also going to begin generating art for the fantasy fiction that I can at least debut to you guys, so you guys can at least see glimpses of what's coming while it's still being created. I've been building like a final hit list for Learn Pyre in the background, and I realized that it is like 20 different checklists because each of these like content components, they have like a video component and then they have like a web component, if that makes sense. And while the majority of that stuff is done, I think turning it into a checklist format helps me be a project manager along with the guy working on it. I realized that one of the reasons that I haven't been able to give you guys or why I've been like vague or extremely unclear about guessing a timeline is because when you're in the actual development itself, it becomes incredibly hard to like guess how much time things will take. We've been pretty consistently behind schedule, if that makes sense. And I hope that yesterday you guys understood what I meant when I said that the amount of storytelling I thought I was gonna have to do in December did get 10 times as long when I realized that those stories were bad. Do you guys remember me talking about that yesterday? Does that make sense? Who am I even here with today? Yeah, who am I even here with today? Okay, it's just me and Abolito. Okay, well, Abolito, if it's just you and me, I think that everybody's scared of Bitcoin right now. I think it'll be okay in the long run. But yeah, if it's all the same to you, if you don't have any specific questions, I can just end the show now. Because otherwise, it's literally just me and you here. You get a private PYRESWAP show. And this is another reason, by the way, Abolito. Next week, and I'll probably announce this tomorrow, we'll go to a once-a-week stream that we can just focus on finishing. Does that make sense? Like, legitimately, doing this 4 times a week, it just becomes like an update. You get what I'm saying? And like, there isn't always tangible updates to give you guys on a day-to-day. So like, I feel like we're generating like too much event hype for not enough like announcement hype. Does that make sense? You got to find the balance there, right? So yeah, Abolito, if you're good, then we can end the PYRESWAP show. Do you have anything else? Yeah, do you have a question? Any question you want. Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Abolito, you specifically, for tuning into the PYRESWAP show here on Wednesday. I hope you have a great rest of your week. By the way, Abolito, we are going to make it, and if you have any doubts, you can ask the guys who have purple names or are the ones that are most consistent at writing GM. Like, those are the guys that come to the internal meetings, and they've seen all the blueprints and all the design and all the work that's gotten into this. So, like, the reason that I ended up like cloistering, like doing internal revelations before external ones is because I don't like people bum rushing into positions based on like incomplete revelations. Does that make sense? Like, you can't present anything externally in Web3 that isn't complete because everybody freaks the fuck out. That happened in December of 2023 when let's say that certain influencers were like stirring the rumor that PYRESWAP was about to launch, and then we didn't launch until February. So we had like 2 months of like people kind of like with their arms crossed, like, I heard you're about to launch. I heard you're about to launch. And like, it was such a fucking disaster. Anyways, yeah. So there's like an art to like figuring out when you reveal things. Yeah. So that's been a part of my learning experience too, if that makes sense. Do you get what I'm saying? And by the way, your English is coming along great. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, me as well. Yeah. All right. Well, Abuelito, thank you so much for coming to the PYRESWAP show, and have a great rest of your day.